this is a response to my last video. Basically responding to all the little comments that I got that I knew that I would get, which I was right about, because in my last video I said, I'm going to get all these comments about how stupid I am for liking the Confederate flag, how wrong I am about Iraq, and how basically John McCain's stupid and Obama '08. Yeah. But anyways, the majority of comments I got were about Iraq. Basically saying that I was full of shit because the quality of life in Iraq isn't better. But I guess, y'all act like y'all want to know everything, but I guess y'all missed the presidential debate, because if you watched it, Obama said himself that the quality of life in Iraq is getting better. That's why we need to work on getting a withdrawal plan. So, there you go. Obama said himself straight from the jackass's mouth. And yeah, he is a jackass. I mean, look at the Democratic Party logo. But anyways, another thing is, like, people say, not only my people that commented on my video, but Joe Biden himself, or Obama, wants to say, we've already had 8 years of mismanagement and bad leadership. Last time I checked, George Walker Bush isn't on the ballot for November 4th because, he's already served his 2 terms. But, I guess these people are retarded because, George Walker Bush is a lot different from John McCain. Really, don't just believe what CNN or the freaking Joe Biden or Obama saying, because, really, they're a lot different. If you actually go and look it up, John McCain has opposed a good bit, actually, of what George Bush has wanted to do. And I do agree that we do need a timetable for withdrawal, because we have been over there for a while. I do agree with that. But what I don't agree is I do agree diplomacy is good, because war sucks. It sucks when people have to go to war. But, it's really stupid when you're sitting there for years and years. The whole 8 years that Clinton was in office. There was so many chances he could have caught. He could have caught Osama bin Laden and could have rid the world of all that in Al Qaeda. But it just wouldn't work that way, because you kill one person, there's going to be another one lined up ready to take the helms of the organization. But like I said, Clinton could have taken care of that. So that's one thing. That's just one of the things that Bush has had to deal with because of the bad decisions of Bill Clinton. And number 2, speaking of Bill Clinton, I'm 20 years old, so I turned 10 in 1998. So I don't remember much of the Clinton era. What I've known is basically what I've read. But all these motherfuckers my age that say, Bill Clinton, that was the best presidency, acting like they know this shit. Really, shut the fuck up. Because it's just like me. You weren't there to remember it. All you know is what you've read and little snippets that you remember. The main thing I can visibly remember from the Clinton years was the Monica Lewinsky scandal, but we're not. That's for a whole nother video. But to get back on track, the Democrats want to take away our ability to make choices as individuals. Number 1, social health care. That's just retarded. If you have the ability to get insurance and pay for insurance, or you get through your employer, why would you want to stand behind somebody, stand in line? In Canada, their taxes are sky high. You have to wait in line sometimes up and over a year to get a life-saving surgery. Most times you die before you can get the damn surgery. So if it can't even work in Canada, how can it work in the United States? And then Another thing, all this bullshit, like, wealth redistribution, give the middleman a chance. You know, I thought if you succeed, you should get rewarded. I mean, basically, if you look at the rich keep doing what keeps them rich, and 9 times out of 10, the poor are doing what keeps them poor. That's just a fact of life. You shouldn't punish someone for doing good. I mean, capitalism is good, but taking away and punishing these CEOs and executives in these companies that are doing good just to give the middleman a chance. That's bullshit. Because I mean, poor people aren't giving people jobs. The middle class isn't usually running companies. They're giving people jobs. So and one of the things too, people want to talk about outsourcing, taking jobs offshore. When you're based in a country that has one of the highest business taxes in the world, wouldn't you rather go to somewhere like Ireland, where it's a lot lower? I think if I read correctly, the Irish business tax is like 3%. I mean, really. I mean, if you're running a business, don't you want to get your profit? I mean, just because these people are doing good and you're doing shitty doesn't mean you should go punish them for doing good. I mean, I'm not rich. I mean, I'm not the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but I mean, I know if I work hard enough and I do what I need, I can get to that level and make that type of money. I'm not sitting around bitching looking for a government handout. Basically what it crumbles down to is most Americans, they want the government to take care of them, which I don't want the government to take care of me, because when you put your life and your choices in the government's hands, pretty much you give up your rights as an individual. I mean, really. And another thing too, y'all want to complain about government spending and government spending and taking away people's choices. What about the war on drugs? That's been a quote unquote war for like freaking over 20 years now. And are we winning? No. I mean, I do agree, if it's somebody on crack, somebody on coke, heroin, or meth, I mean, hell yeah, they need to get locked up if they're dealing that shit in the community. But I mean, motherfuckers, if they're smoking weed, I mean, they shouldn't get thrown in jail for that. I mean, it's just a plant. Most people who smoke marijuana, they have a good job, they have a good life. But, just because this law's in effect, they're going to get thrown in jail and it's going to fuck up their lives. I mean, really. And the thing, too, with heroin users, cocaine users, and whatnot, I mean, they don't need jail time. That's not going to rehab anybody whatsoever. I mean, there needs to be more money spent on rehab than putting them in prison. So, y'all want to complain about money. There's something y'all can start complaining about, because the war on drugs is bullshit. Really. And then, the last thing I want to point out, I want to go back to the whole issue about, people saying 4 more years of Bush. That's, I mean, I don't understand how y'all's minds work. Like, seriously. Because it won't be 4 more years. If you put Obama in office, it will be like 4 more years, because the government's going to expand. There's going to be more spending due to that expansion. And basically, our debt's going to go higher and higher and higher. And two, unemployment will go up, because people know if there's a Democrat in office, the government's going to send them a big fat check to take care of them. Like, like I quit my job. Oh yeah, the government's going to give me a welfare check, unemployment, food stamps, put me in a nice government house. I mean, really. I don't see how y'all can look forward or want a life like that, seriously. But, I'm voting for the guy that's going to make the government small. It's going to lower taxes so I can keep more of my money. And it's going to let me make more choices as an individual and not let the government take control of my life. So, there's your little retort for all your little comments. But basically, I mean, use some common sense, and again, open your eyes and check it up for yourself, because I mean, a lot of it is common sense, really.